What is up, guys, and welcome to the first league race of 2019. This is SRL Germany, and welcome back to competitive racing again. This is just a random one-off race. Once again, I'm filling in for New Zealand Ryan, who is currently on holiday with his family, so he asked me to step into his Force India and pilot the ship. So we're going to see what we can do. This is going to be really good warm-up because AOR is coming up in 2 days. It's on Sunday, so be sure to check out the live stream on YouTube to see everything that goes down. But yeah, heading into Germany, no practice. Really, the only kind of running I've done on F1 has been the career mode series that you guys have seen, and believe me, the Williams, the PC platform itself, the force feedback of my wheel is all completely different to what I was used to on Xbox, so that took a little bit of getting used to. But everyone's kind of in that boat. We all have played other games over the course of the Christmas break, and so the pace probably won't be fantastic for anyone. But here we are in qualifying. This is again one of those sessions where it's one-shot qualifying. You have to qualify in the middle compound tyre to make it a one-stop to get to the end. So obviously there will be some people on the ultra soft tyres gunning for track position, and that's about it. But we are going for the long strategy, trying to win the race on the softs, going to the mediums. So here we go. We'll be looking to get inside the 1:11 on this tyre if we can. I did 1 or 2 practice sessions only just before this, and I think I did like an 11.7, I believe, on the softs. So I think I could easily do a low 11 if I nail it together and just had more practice. But whatever, it is what it is. This is only practice for AOR, but so far it's looking like a really clean lap. One thing that must be said is I was very conservative through turn 1. I wanted to make sure that I got this lap in. I didn't want to have it disallowed. Start at the back on medium tyres, or even worse, start inside the top 10 on medium tyres, which is not the way to go because I did like 5 laps on my medium tyres, or 4 laps. So that would not be the ideal strategy. But going through the final sequence of corners, this has all been a fairly solid lap so far, with the exception of turn 1. We do run out of ERS as we go across the line there, or in that final start-finish straight. We probably lacked a couple of tenths there if we managed our ERS deployment a little bit better. But otherwise, it was a pretty solid lap. P7 could have got, I don't know, it would have been close to Jared, I think, if we got a good lap, if I managed my ERS better, if I hit turn 1 a bit more aggressively. But, you know, I'll take P7. It's okay track position. We're on the better tyre that we need to be on. A lot of people don't have good connections heading into this lobby for some reason, so it'll be imperative that we keep it out of trouble and avoid any kind of accidents. And if we can survive the first stint, I think we should be fine for a good result here today. So here we go, ready for the start of this race. Here is my race setup. It's a random one I got off a time trial. I don't know if it's good or not, but there you go. I'm sharing it because I honestly don't know if it's good. So I'll be the judge of that, or you guys can be the judge of that. But here we go, ready for the start of this race. P7 on the grid for the German Grand Prix. This start could be pretty crazy given that a lot of people have red connection bars. 5 red lights, and it's go time for 2019 in league racing. A bit of a wheel spinny start, it must be said, but the second phase has been pretty good heading into turn 1. A bit of contact I thought was made with Rain HC, but I think it was just a bit of lag there that shoved him out wide. But he will keep the position. Warden on the medium tyres, who started in P10, I believe, has made a great start up into P7. So he is absolutely flying at this stage, and we've just gone backwards a little bit. Just kind of boxed in into turn 1. I didn't want to go too hard or take too many risks. I just wanted to survive, really. But heading into the hairpin, I could go left, I could go right. I will go right up the inside of Rain, and that is job done for P8. We got spun out. Cool. That's annoying, because there was plenty of space on my outside. It might have been lag, I'm not too sure. But yeah, we just got spun out there. Had to do a flick spin, and I wanted to be careful with my flick spin as well, because I didn't want to overheat the rear tyres, because this is going to be such a long stint on these softs. And whenever you have a spin, that always degrades the tyres. It makes the tyre temps higher, and it can make the tyre feel like absolute rubbish through the first stint. And I do feel like, oh, there's more contact up ahead. Juice Mars and TPR Edge coming together through the third sector. That's 2-3 positions for us. But yeah, I was a bit iffy about my tyres because I did have that spin. Had to do the flick spin, overheated them. So I was a bit wary about the rear temperatures, so I just took it quite easy in this first stint just to look after them. You can see the car is a little bit edgy as we go through turn 1. I'm running with 9 ballast as well, which is close. It's very aggressive. It's a time trial setup, and it's nearing on death for those tires if you push it just a little bit too much. But we recovered well. It's lap 5 now. You can see we're in P11, knocking on the door of some points now already. So despite losing about 10 seconds, I'd say with that spin, we're recovering quite well to get some good positions at this stage. Again, the car is feeling a little bit tail happy at the moment. Pres BC is a little bit all over the place. Looks like he's struggling for his tyre temps as well. We go up the inside, and that is us inside the top 10. So thankful to Pres BC, who was feeling a bit courteous to us there. We get that position. Rain HC pulls into the pit lane. He was on the ultra soft tyres, and yeah, anyone who's on ultras is doing a 2-stop. There is no doubt about that. Those tyres cannot go more than 4 or 5 laps in this Grand Prix. So it's pretty much GG to anyone who was on that strategy. Next up, Neon Trudeau. He's on the medium tyres in the Ferrari. This should be pretty easy pickings for us as there's a yellow flag up ahead. I think that's Juice Mars again. Don't know what he is doing when he's having that many crashes. He even had more than what we saw over the course of this race. He was constantly spinning out this Grand Prix. I don't know what was going on with him, but here's DRC Jared at the front on his soft compound tyres, overtaking Exodona, who was struggling. He got a hit wide, and yeah, just carried on after being in the escape road. We carry on to the next lap. Again, Jared is under pressure from Alan Hugo, who is again on the same tyre. He's on the outside, and Jared gets a touch. A big touch, in fact. He's being completely spun out from the lead of the Grand Prix, no less, and he's dropping a whole shed load of positions there down into P6 or P7. Here's the replay on the live stream. This is on my Twitch, by the way, so I'll leave a link to my Twitch if you want to go check it out and have a look at the broadcast to get a better feel of what was going on in this race up and down the field. But here's the onboard from Alan Hugo. He just turns right and spins him out. Really unfortunate. Bit of lag, bit of desync involved in there as well. Just got a bit too close, and that was the result. I'm really surprised that Alan Hugo didn't actually wait up for Jared there, because it was so blatantly obvious what happened. But he decided to carry on anyway. I think there might be a penalty heading the way of Alan Hugo after this one. Just always seems to get involved in incidents, which is unfortunate. Needs to just calm down a little bit. But meanwhile, we're back on board with Jared. This is live pictures now as Warden has a bit of a moment through the middle sector. Loses a spot to both Poms and Jared. So not the middle part of the race that Warden would be having. You'd think he'd be coming on strong now with his medium tyres, and us on our softs starting to maybe phase out of tyre temperatures, also tyre wear as well, as DRC Jared going up the inside of Poms to the win. I'm actually right behind these guys, by the way. I'm in the watching brief, and I'm just waiting for everything to unfold. So here we go. Slipstream DRS for both Poms and Warden behind. It's just about 3 wide on this start-finish straight, and Jared has no DRS to defend this position, but he's going to hold the inside if he can. These guys looking ever thirsty to try and get this position, and it looks like Jared might just about hold on there. So nice defense from Jared there. Laggy person getting involved in the battle as well, and this is on board with me, catching right up to this train. You can see with my both fuel mixture and my ERS up until that point, I was just conserving, saving the fuel, saving the tyres, and not wanting to throw myself into that train because it was looking pretty nasty up there. This is Poms to the win, defending very, very hard for this position. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. Poms is notorious for defending positions like it's for the World Championship on people who are much faster than him, but there you go. We get the move done, and we lose about 2 seconds to the cars in front in that squabbling, hitting this lap for medium tyres, I think. I think the strategy was to pit on to like lap 13, 14 for mediums. I was kind of anticipating maybe doing like an undercut to see if I could get in the battle with both Warden and Jared, but I decided to hang it out for an extra lap. I thought Warden was on the same strategy as me for a brief moment, and I thought he'd be coming in on the next lap, so I was kind of preempting that. But either way, we will get the undercut on Warden. Being that he's on the medium tyres, he'll have to stretch them an extra 5 laps, and then he'll be on the softs to run to the end of this race. So we'll see how it goes. Rejoining on the circuit, these mediums initially were very hard to heat up in terms of tyre temps. The pace outright wasn't quite there, especially versus Jared. His early pace on this set of mediums was absolutely amazing, and I was losing a couple of tenths to him, but I wasn't going all out, if that makes sense. I didn't want to use overtake. I wanted to save a little bit of my battery just for a little bit later without depleting it too much. But now Jared has got himself into a battle pack here up the inside of Exodona, his rival from the first stint. If you guys remember, they made contact at about this point in the first stint. Then Roscoe Arm has a bit of a moment through the final sequence of corners. I think he was being very gentlemanly and then just left way too much space. But meanwhile, Warden has made his stop on lap 17 and is on the soft compound tyres to run to the end of this race. So Warden's in a pretty good position now. He's rejoined in front of me. I do have the opportunity to overtake him here, but I'm not Poms to the win, and I'm going to stick behind him because I know I am slower than Warden at this stage. It's going to look after my race. Poms. Anyway, love you, Poms. Just be smarter, please. Anyway, getting on with this race, there was a bit of a moment between Derek Kidd and someone else. I actually wasn't paying attention at that point in time, but Jared gets the move done on Derek, moves into P2. Fens is now leading this Grand Prix, so something has happened up the front. It was Fens versus Alan Hugo for the race victory, but at some point, Alan Hugo lost a bit of his front wing on someone who hadn't stopped yet, and then he had to make a pit stop, so it's thrown V Fens into the lead of this Grand Prix by about 5 seconds, with about 10 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. Then you've got myself, well, you've got me trying to chase down both Derek Kidd, Warden, and Jared for the podium. That's how this race is shaping up. So, despite getting spun out on the first lap, despite getting caught up in all this battling and stuff, we are still in contention to get the podium, which is absolutely insane. A bit of a testament to my, I don't know, consistency, it seems. I was looking out to my tyres a lot to make sure I could push towards the end. You can see, with only 7 or 8 laps to go, we still have a lot of fuel left on board, so we're going to utilize all of our fuel now in an effort to try and get on the podium or get second place. I know from the party chat that these guys have a lot of penalties, and I think I only have one so far. So we could get P2, we could get the race victory, depending on how many penalties V Fens has. He's only going through the hairpin now, so we're that close to the lead of the race, despite having all of our moments. Here is Derek Kidd hitting us wide at the hairpin after just overtaking him and almost going purple to the entire race. He overtook us there, shoved us off the circuit, and we lost 2 seconds out of that. 2 seconds. Are you serious, man? Is fourth place, getting 1 position over me, that important, and you want to throw away potentially getting on the podium? That makes no sense to me. Up the inside again, we use up a bit of our ERS and fuel to get the job done. Back up into P4. Again, I don't understand these people who risk everything just trying to hold on to a position when they could aim for so much more. I don't get it. I really don't get it. We were the fastest car on track. We were catching the guys in front, and he just decides to send us backwards by 2 seconds and give us no chance of getting on the podium. And now we've got a glitch that has stopped us on circuit, which has completely ruined any chance now of us getting the podium, which is ridiculous. Here we go through the fast right-hander, 6th gear, probably doing like 250 kilometers an hour, go from that to nothing in 1 millimeter. And that was our race, unfortunately. So, what can I say? We had really good pace. Honestly, we did. Taken out on the first lap. You know, people were battling very, very hard. They're entitled to do that, but, you know, if they're a bit smarter, we don't have that glitch. Who knows what this race could have been. It's going to be the podium, actually, because Warden had 12 or 18 seconds worth of penalties, something ridiculous, so that kind of looked after us in the end there. But if penalties didn't come into it, I would have been furious. The fact that we got denied a chance of attacking for the podium after all the hardship that we had at the start of the race. But there you go, it's only SRL, I suppose, but, you know, I would have loved to have got in the battle with the front guys, nonetheless. But there you go, guys, that has been this video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. I guess that's the beauty of online racing, league racing. It's not boring, there's lots of controversy, there's always things happening, crashes, people racing wheel to wheel really hard. There's lag. There's lots of other things which just makes it unpredictable and exciting for you guys, which is the main thing. So makes it stressful for us, stressful for me to try and get back through the field. My, you know, main goal is to get through and not lose as much time as possible. That's why, you know, sometimes I get angry like that. But anyway, that's what all of us league races are like, deep down. But anyway, that's a podium. Congrats to Fens, who got the win, sorry. Kept it clean, kept it out of trouble. DRC Jared, P2, and then Warden getting 4th place. Derek Kid unfortunately lost so many positions, or just so much time after he tried to avoid me with my stopped car. Like, what an amazing glitch. Codemasters. This has been a glitch for a while now. That needs to be sorted. Anyway, thank you for watching. AOR's on Sunday. Join me then. Cheers.